Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be showing you how I made this lovely trumpet sleeve. So the sleeve is in three parts: one pencil part, one flare part, and a ruffle part on the down. And this is the measurement as follows. So first off, I measured my finished armhole like so. Place my tape and I measured following it around like that. So I got 8.5. I added 2 inches to that, and this is what I folded my fabric with. So the pencil part of my sleeve, according to what I showed you there, is 6 inches long. So I'm using 7 inches of length here, 1 inch for seam allowance. So on this open end, I'm going to come down by 4 inches and make a curve like so. Then I will measure on that curve all the way till I get to 8.5, which is what I need, and then I'll add extra 2 inches to that. Then down here, the bicep I'm working with is 9, so I added 1 to that, making it 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So I marked 5, and I'm marking extra 2 for allowance. So even though this part is basic pencil sleeve, I don't want it snug or tight, just straight, and yeah. So after cutting, I'm going to go and join it using that line, and then I'll mark the same on this part, the round sleeve 10 divided by 2, which is 5, and then the round armhole, which is 8.5. So I'll go and sew them on those lines. So next is the flare part. I have my fabric here. It's about 60 inches wide, and then the length of Ankara, which is usually 40 something, 45, 47. So I have 60 inches by 45. So I folded it into 2. And how I got the measurement was to divide the round sleeve I'm working with, which is 10. So the two of them together, added the two together, which is 20. So I divided that by 3.14, and it gave me 6 point something. So I'm folding my fabric again. After folding it into 2, I'm going to fold again into like a triangle, as you can see. I'm cutting the two sleeves together. So after dividing by 3.14, I got 6.5, and then I added the length of the flare part of the sleeve to it, which is 17 plus 1 for allowance, which is 18. So 18 plus 6 point something gave me about 20 something. So I multiplied that by 2, and then I added extra, which is how I came about the 60 inches wide. So here I'm marking 6.5 all the way like so. Then I went on to measure to be sure that I have quarter of that 20, which is 5. But then I realized I needed extra to join it together, about ½ inch. So I went on to mark 7 instead of the 6 or the 6.5 that I marked earlier. That way we'll have at least 1 inch extra to join them by the side. So that's it. Next up, I'm marking the length, which is 17 plus 1, which is 18. So I'm going to mark 18 all around, following that down line like so. So it was until I got to this point that I realized that I was marking 19 all along instead of 18. So I went back to correct that. And one thing, this sleeve is not your, it's not like a normal length sleeve. It's way longer. So I'm working with the total length is 27, whereas the actual sleeve length I'm working with about 22. So it's way longer. It's covering the entire arm. So next we're going to cut. So here is it, both sleeves together. So I'm going to cut one end, this end here open. So we'll use one half for one sleeve and then the other for the second sleeve. So we'll go join the two together using that extra ½ inch we left for it. But before joining together, I went ahead to measure round the down part all the way around like so. So I'm going to multiply whatever I have here by 2 and then use that to cut the ruffle part on the down. So you can multiply by 2 or 3. To be honest, I didn't multiply, I just worked with all of that strip that I had. So the strip is 3 inches long, but I have 4.5 here. I will use 1 inch to fold it on the down part and then ½ inch to join it to the flare part of the sleeve. So I've joined the upper part of the sleeve. I've also joined the flare part. So you can see. And this is the flare part of the sleeve. I've joined them together as well. This is how they're going to sit. So I'll go join them right sides together. That's this flare part and the pencil part of the sleeve. I'm going to join them back. For this ruffle piece, we're going to pleat it to this, but in order to make it equal, so you don't have one part fuller and one other part scanty and all of that, to make the pleat even, I'm going to notch this part. I folded into 2, I notched, and then I notched this other part as well together with the side seam. So I'm going to fold these 2 into 2 and notch, and then fold again and notch. So we have 4 notches on this ruffle piece and then 4 notches on the flare piece. So we're going to match the notches together. So I will locate one notch and match it to one notch on the flare, and then locate the next notch on the ruffle piece and locate the next notch on the flip piece and pin them together. Then I'll locate the next notch again and pin, and then I realized I missed a notch, so I went back to correct that. So after which I will now pleat, make really tiny pleats. You can actually use gathers if you want to. That thing stresses the hell out of me, so I prefer to just pleat it. I make tiny pleats like so all around, sew them down. I'll do the same thing for the second sleeve. So here is it all done, all three parts joined together, and the sleeve is looking gorgeous. It's so fine. Although I think my ruffle may just have been too full. Maybe I should have made it less, used exactly 2 times of that measurement like I said, but it's still fine. That's it for this sleeve, you guys. Join it to your dress, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.